holidays and Christmas and New Year in Ukraine, in Slavic countries. In Ukraine, actually, we're starting our celebration from 19th of December. 19th of December, that's the holiday called Saint Nicholas Day. And Saint Nicholas, he was the saint of all couples and of all loving people, because by the stories, he helped two couples to get married, even when the parents didn't want that. So on Saint Nicholas, we usually give small presents, something that to show to person that we love, we care. It can be candy, it can be chocolate, it can be something sweet as the symbol of the love, or it can be something lighting, let's say a small candle that you can light up in the evening and think about you. Then after 19th, we're celebrating Christmas, Catholic Christmas, on 24th of December as well right now, and it's national holiday in Ukraine. It became national holiday for 2 years already, I believe, and that's the holiday, we're celebrating it. So for Christmas as well, you can make something small to make sure that the girl knows that you're thinking about her. Christmas on 24th of December, and then we have our Christmas on 7th of January. That's Slavic, that Christian, when the Jesus was born. And so 24th of December, 7th of January, or even New Year on 31st of December to the 1st, as everybody have it, you can make presents. Let's talk about presents for that. How it should be: big, small, flowers, something warm. That's all up to you. You can make small presents on each holiday, or you can make it on main holidays, like on New Year and on Christmas. On Slavic Christmas, on Christian, on the 7th of January. Or if you want to show lady that you want her to participate in your Catholic Christmas on 24th of December, it can be as well. On our website, we will add for you just this year, first time, presents and Christmas box for your girlfriend. It can be Christmas box that will include wine, chocolate, and some Christmas decoration. It can be a teddy bear and small Christmas toy. It can be everything up to you, and you can write down your wishes. You can write to us what you want us to include, but bottle of wine, maybe some Christmas decoration, maybe something warm like a Christmas candle, or anything you want actually, you can add, and you can write your wishes to us. Then simply we want to add the button where you can add a Christmas decoration or Christmas candle. That's very symbolic for Ukrainians, the Christmas candle that should be light up in a home, in a house, for New Year Eve and for Christmas. So if you want, you can choose any gift to your lady and just simply add a small Christmas decoration or Christmas candle. That will be all very nice from you, and the lady will appreciate it. She will appreciate that you think about her holidays, that you think about her nationalities and her life, right? Because what is the Christmas? Christmas is a holiday. It's a time of joy, family time, and if you are far from her, if you are overseas and you cannot be.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Monday night webcast. Good to see you.
Good evening, guys. How are you tonight? And look at who is here. Anna is back. So, guys, it's your chance to ask all questions about travel to Ukraine tonight and see how is that, how hard was that, or how easy was that. So,
yeah,
here we go.
Interesting experience. I mean, we don't have to jump into Ukraine questions right away, but definitely if you have something, go ahead and ask. Yeah, I just got back, a few days ago, still pretty jet-lagged, but it was an interesting experience. But let's start with travel updates first, before we move on to, my travel experience. So travel updates. Well, unfortunately,
No
not
updates.
much for Asia. So China still on lockdown. Don't know when it's gonna open. So still don't have any good news for you. Philippines, the same things. They're talking about opening up in January, but there is no official information really. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that. Thailand is open, especially for vaccinated travelers. So the only thing is, will be like less than 1 day quarantine because you'd have to take a COVID test upon arrival and just have to stay in quarantine until you get the test results. Usually those results are available like 6 to 12 hours on average. Worst case scenario 24 hours, but it's very rare. So basically just be prepared for that and you're all good to go. If you're not vaccinated, then yes, there is quarantine required. You might have to look into that because it has to be government-approved hotel, so it's a little bit more complicated. What else? Latin America. Costa Rica, thank God, is still open for both vaccinated and non-vaccinated travelers. Although it looks like New Year, Costa Rica is gonna switch. Will be open only for vaccinated travelers. So if you're thinking about going to Costa Rica, if you run into someone, if you're not vaccinated, I would strongly recommend to travel like now, or within next months, because I don't know when exactly they switching it, but it's going to be fairly soon. Like Colombia, actually, what they did, they changed the requirements like almost overnight. They're open for both vaccinated, non-vaccinated travelers. They didn't require PCR test in many cases, and basically overnight they said, nope, now it's open only for vaccinated travelers. You need to have at least one vaccine dose before you can travel there. The same thing with Peru. They allow only fully vaccinated travelers, not even one dose of vaccine, so just be prepared for that. So all those countries are open, but so if you're not vaccinated, it's going to be a little challenging. And back to Ukraine, I guess, so let's cover that a little bit. So Ukraine is still open. Actually, I see the question from Yuri. When does Ukraine reopen for USA travelers? Well, it hasn't been closed, so you can travel there at any time. And it's actually, again, pretty much the only country right now that allows both vaccinated and non-vaccinated travelers at the moment. Things might change, so the same thing, if you ride into someone in Ukraine and you're not vaccinated, not planning on getting vaccinated, then try to schedule your trip in the nearest future, don't delay, because who knows what's going to happen. But right now you can travel easily. If you're vaccinated, then you don't need to worry about absolutely anything. Just bring your vaccination certificate with you and you're all good to go. If you're not vaccinated, you would need to take it can be PCR or antigen test. It doesn't have to be PCR specifically. So you'd have to take one within 72 hours prior to your arrival in Ukraine. And also for all the travelers returning back to the United States, regardless of where you're coming back from, you would need to take a COVID test within 24 hours prior to your scheduled departure. It's not arrival, departure, so it's not too bad. And my solution for that was what I did is I personally bought those self-test kits, the antigen test kits on Amazon. $26, two test kits, in a set, so basically $13 a piece. And I just, used it on the way back. And they gave me a little hard time, I know, with that, like in Germany whenever I had layover, but they're just really strict on everything there. Because basically you just download a mobile app, you do testing yourself at home in your hotel room. It takes 15 minutes. You get instant results to your cell phone, and you just show this app results to the say guys. But the only downside of it doesn't show like passport number, and they question that at the airport a little bit. But again, I had no problem, and people I traveled with had also no problem with the same test kit. So something for you to think about. So hopefully that covers it. I'm sure there's going to be way more questions about it going forward. And actually we're going to talk, since the Christmas is coming up, we're going to talk about just, holidays, Christmas traditions and all that happy stuff. So we're going to cover that along the way here and there, but let's start with some questions.
All right. So, Ethan, do you anticipate canceling the January tour?
Doesn't look like it's gonna be canceled. The decision
Yeah.
hasn't been quite made, so I'm about 80% sure that it's happening. Again, it can happen, but 80% chance we'll be able to pull it off. Because restrictions in Kiev, Kiev moved from the red zone, restrictions are not as tough. And again, I mean, I was going to places, I think they asked me twice to show my vaccination certificate. I was like, do you have it? Like, yeah, I do. I'll go ahead. And the same thing with people that I was with, they're asked, do you have PCR test? They would say yes. And we just go through, nobody would check on anything. And it was only like in 2 restaurants. Everywhere else, there was no issue whatsoever. So I don't think it will be a problem doing the tour, again, unless something changes in the next few days or weeks. We'll see. Keep you posted.
Yeah, keep posted. And yes, probably we'll have exact answer. We'll have like in the beginning, in the middle of January, probably.
Well, I
It'll be more clear.
we'll know for sure when we're on the plane, but yeah.
Wait.
And even then, I guess
Yeah.
things can happen.
Right.
From Steven, hello everyone. Well, hello Steven. From Vauxhall, welcome back, and I love the earrings. Well, thank you.
From Steven, looking amazing as always, ladies. Thank you very much.
From BD, how can I attend one of these events without vaccinated? Well, our socials do not require being vaccinated in order to attend it, so that's fine as long as you can get into country. Like I mentioned earlier, most of the countries that we go to right now travel require proof of vaccination in order to travel. So if you can get in the country, that's all good. We're not gonna check your vaccination certificate upon entrance. That's all good.
Do Ukrainians expect men to send them gifts on Christmas and New Year's?
It's such a perfect question. Now we can talk about Christmas.
Let's
gifts,
talk
New
about the
Year's.
Christmas.
Yes.
So I was surprised, like recently, only this year I found out that actually Ukrainians celebrate that Christmas on 25th. I guess because they are like a part of Europe now, so they starting celebrate it too. So they have 3 holidays now. Christmas on 25th, New Year, of course, this is the main holiday for Russia and Ukraine, and we have a Christmas on 7th. So on 25th, they said they're exchanging gifts. And actually kids expecting gifts on that day, so I guess girls too. Of course on New Year it's absolutely necessary for gifts, and on Christmas, on like Orthodox Christmas on 7th, not so much. They said, like Ukrainian girls said, that they having lunch with family and go to church on 7th, so they're not exchanging gifts on 7th. So guys, if you're already like in a relationship with a girl, I think it's a good idea to send her a gift on Christmas on 25th and on New Year. On New Year you must, I mean, if you really like know girl very well and you wanna, feel her happy, excited, yes. If you're just starting writing her, I don't think, you have to. You can send her flowers or something small maybe, but not like a gift. I think that would be nice.
Well, as far as the first Christmas, the 25th, it is St. Nicholas Day there really, so it's really more for the kids than adults. So that's when the kids get their gifts. It's really not focused around adults. I guess for the most of it, you can skip it. You can wish Merry Christmas. But I don't think any gifts would be required. As Dina said, there are definitely gifts involved when you New Year's Eve because it's the biggest holiday of the year. You can't even imagine this massive celebration for 10 years. People live a totally collapse.
Right.
There's usually a lot of alcohol involved because people have about 10 days holidays. That's actually the time when we don't recommend guys to travel to Ukraine because a lot of women will be out of town because they travel back to their areas, whatever they're originally from, to spend time with the families, or they're trying to travel somewhere maybe out of country if they can, or at least within the country, maybe go to like ski resort if they ski or whatever it is. But yeah, January, I would say actually December 30th through like January 8th or 9th is really not a good idea to travel to Ukraine. Everything's pretty much shut down.
Because you don't have to send anything on Christmas and New Year, but if you want, yes, and if you wish one or from another, so it's better to send it on New Year, I think.
From Biddy, I'm a salesman, travel about 80% of the time. I'm not sure I should even get married, but would like still to go to one of those events, but I don't want to upset the lady. Well, that's something for you to decide. So yes, I mean, upsetting ladies is one thing, but second, what if you go find someone you really like and you're unable to commit? I mean, you also will be heartbroken in the end. So maybe something for yourself to decide. Do you really want to get yourself into it? Because ladies there for serious reasons. They're looking for a potential husband. So of course, if you guys start dating, they will expect it to lead to something serious. So take your time to decide. There is no rush, but just better go just go to those tours if you're ready in the future to get married, or at least open to this possibility.
Yeah, I think if you're ready, and maybe you can take companion with you on your trips, so I think she'll be happy to travel with you for first year or so. Yeah, you should go definitely and try and see what if you like it, and maybe you really meet somebody. It'll be interesting. It's good that you're already thinking about it. That's nice. BD, how many of the men get married to women they meet in these videos? We don't have statistics.
Yeah, I wish we had the odds and predictions, but no, we don't. It's really hard. It's the same thing as we ask how many people on Match.com or eHarmony or whatever it is get married. I mean, a lot, but it's also, dating scenario. And just because somebody gets married doesn't mean you'll get married, and vice versa. So somebody's health chances not going to improve your chances or, decrease it. It's hard to say. For Michael, is Kyiv looking like go next month? I now understand the yellow-red zone is the line in the sand for Ukraine. What's the line in the sand for Putin military aggression? God, again, here we go. If you guys only...
How about your crystal ball?
When you get 5 bazillion emails with the same content every day, it's just like, really, I really have to answer the same question like over and over and over and over again. So this conflict been around for like 7 years. That's very old news. So Russia has military presence on Ukrainian border for all this time, on and off, a little bit more, a little bit less. It's just different reasons. It's been there for the longest time. So I don't understand. Maybe they were showing something on American news lately, but it's just been a ridiculous amount of guys asking the same question over and over again. So I just came back from Kyiv. There is nothing going on, and I was talking to Kyiv style, like, girls, am I missing something? Why I'm getting this? Just a snowball of emails. What's going on? I was like, nope, I don't know. What are you guys talking about? It might be a point of concern for the people living in Lugansk and Donetsk because it's simply a conflict area to begin with. So yes, it's I can see little issues there. But regardless, Kyiv is so far away from conflict area, and I was there, for a few weeks, just no problem. Have not noticed any issues, any concerns. So if something happens, we'll deal with that accordingly. But right now, I absolutely don't see any reasons to be concerned at all.
From Mark, Dina, right now it's going to be difficult to call Eileen due to typhoon in the Philippines.
Actually, yes, there was recently a typhoon in the Philippines, and really did affect the communication lines. So there might be some issues. Dina definitely, will try. But I know
heard about
power in many areas, in many islands.
It wasn't very easy before, but now, yes, it's very difficult. Yes, I can try, but it is what it is.
From Steven, is Euro Club still a viable choice, or have the restrictions made it difficult? Absolutely viable choice. Just don't travel there during holidays, so that will be difficult. So as long as you don't travel there between, Christmas and New Year's and another Christmas, you're fine. So I don't think, again, you'll have any problems. Worst case scenario, if you're not vaccinated, take, one of those Amazon home testing kits and, just do those tests every 3 days. And in case if they will check your, your record, which again never happened to me or people I were with. So have not experienced that, but again, if you're nervous, $26, Amazon, you're good to go.
Hello, Anna and Dina. I know it was just yesterday, but happy St. Nicholas Day.
Hey, thank you.
To you
Where's
too.
the gift?
Yeah.
From Biddy, do families for the guys say what?
The meat from the side.
Yeah, I didn't get the question.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get the question. I'm sorry, Biddy. Can you rephrase it? Rushan, do Ukrainians have access to vaccines yet? Yeah, there's definitely vaccination going on. They have all kind of options. Start with Johnson & Johnson. They do have Pfizer. They do have Ukrainian vaccine. Coronavac or whatever is the name of it. So yeah, they definitely have options there, and they started. Some people do wanna do it, some don't. The same situation as here. People have different views on the vaccination situation. Some people do buy vaccination certificates. I think it's about $250 in Kiev, so you can just buy a fake certificate. No, I'm not recommending anyone to do it. I'm just saying that's available, and so a lot of people do, if they can afford it.
And is it, what if it's somebody catch you with that certificate?
If they do catch you, yeah, they get a huge fine, and actually, it's a criminal offense, so it's not a good idea, but hey, people go for it. Well, I mean, I can see that because in order to take public transportation, you need to have this QR code, with a vaccination certificate. So if a lot of people have to take public transport to work back and forth, and taxi price in Kyiv went up so many times since I was there last time, after this requirement happened. And Kyiv traffic is just ridiculous right now because now people who could take subway or bus, they have to take a taxi in many cases, and so the prices went up. There are so many more cars on the road, so it takes, I don't know, in rush hour it takes hour and a half to go about 4 miles.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
guys, if you go to Ukraine, prepare to walk. So
yeah, in the winter time it's not very pleasant.
Comfortable shoes. Yeah,
Here's Dina and shoe saga. Guys.
Yeah, so forget about the dress shoes. If you go by yourself, not at the social, so yeah, get your comfortable shoes, prepare yourself to walk. Yeah, really, who wanna stay like a couple hours in the traffic? Okay, Vin, I think it's funny if I was in a relationship to give them a gift on New Year's Day when New Year's Day is my birthday. Happy birthday.
You can exchange gifts. So you still have to give her a gift, but she also, I guess we'll have to get you double for your birthday and Christmas. My cousin has birthday like on the 30th of December. She always gets robbed of those New Year's gifts. She always gets stuff for her birthday and like New Year's, nope.
Christmas babies or New Year's, yeah.
From Joe, I'm 64, I want kids, so I hope to date a woman 35. Hold on, we just lost your question. Keep going. Okay. Woman 35 or younger in Russia or Ukraine is going to be the issue for me. Well, it will be. I don't want to say it will be. It's hypothetically possible. Everything is possible in this world, but it's going to be extremely challenging. So you'll have to meet a lot of people, to see who will be open to an idea, because it is pretty big age gap. It is. So again, I'm not saying it's completely impossible, but it's going to be very, 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 very challenging.
Eddie, do the women care if I don't dance at the parties? Not everybody dancing there. Look at some girls just sitting there.
With your both feet plant on the ground and the upper body, that works good enough.
No, it's not going to be issues because not every girl is dancing there.
From John, Mark in Ukraine, Dave. Yes, three of you on the same computer. Hello, Anna and Dina. Hello,
Hi,
guys.
Dave.
From Kelby. Do you think a short guy will have a luck in any of those countries? I prefer Ukraine, but the women are quite tall. Well, define tall, I don't know.
These are wearing high heels.
Yeah, these are wearing heels and they look tall, but I wouldn't say they're overly tall.
Yeah,
of course, Asia would be probably, Philippines would be a safe choice. But
Ukraine is not like a country with tall girls only, so it's like more average girl.
I don't know, I'm 5'2", 5'3", if I jump. Really high. I don't know, how tall are you?
5'3", but I like high heels. So.
Well, who doesn't?
I know all of those girls, so believe me, they were in high heels. So
Yeah.
not all of them so tall.
But again, it's not really much of an issue. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, some girls, of course, will have their preferences, but I don't think it will really affect your dating experience in any shape or form.
Yeah.
From Chuck, what airline do you recommend from California to Kiev via Germany? Well, via Germany, it's obviously Lufthansa. It's not like you have too many options, so it's going to be United to Germany and Lufthansa from Germany to Ukraine. If you're planning on traveling through Germany. Is Lufthansa the way to go? Well, I guess yes. If you want to donate to help Ukraine in the Donbass region, is it possible, or how will we do that? I'd like to help Ukraine buy a Stinger missile or two. I don't accept that kind of donations here, so you might want to contact Ukrainian government.
We accept donations. Mark, don't forget, guys, these women are only after rich men, not normal working class men. That is not
really,
true,
Mark? Have you
Mark.
been to Ukraine at all? So no, they're looking for a life partner. Of course, the financial status is somewhat important. They might not necessarily looking to marry a guy who works at McDonald's. Of course, everybody is trying to provide a decent life for themselves. Guys not looking for the ugliest woman on the website. Girls probably not looking for the poorest man out there. Because I understand they're relocating, they're leaving everything behind, their family, their jobs, So of course, they want to make sure that their future husband can provide for them. Are we talking about the mansions, yachts, and private jets? Absolutely not. So they're just looking for the normal, middle class level of income. Could be even less than that, depending on the guy.
Abel, what is the most common foreign language in Ukraine? Do they speak Spanish?
No,
the
they don't
most
speak
common
Spanish.
foreign language is Russian, I mean Russian is like foreign language for them, but they speak Russian and English, of course.
Well, in Ukraine,
Some of the girls
obviously.
speak Spanish, but
So
not a
in
lot.
Central and eastern part of Ukraine, Russian is the most common language. If we're talking about Western Ukraine, it's predominantly Ukrainian. It will be hard to. So if you speak some Russian, for example, it will be really hard for you to get by in Western Ukraine because it's not happening. But the places that we go to, which is again the central, southern, or somewhat eastern parts of Ukraine, Russian is a main language. So it will be fine.
But foreign language is English, I think.
English,
If girls
Spanish,
speak,
some girls might, but even German would be more popular than Spanish because a lot of people study German or French as a second or third language in school.
I think it's Hunter Blue. What is the best email address for me to write to as a general one for AFA, as I want to write a thank you to the whole staff, since you all have done a wonderful job for me.
You can
John?
send it to John. Let him work. John at lovememail.com.
Yes, absolutely.
All the compliments goes to John, So we do all the work, but compliments goes to John. We're saying it because he's sitting right there staring at us.
Great question. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Right in time. Right in time.
All right. From John. Good evening, Dean and Anna. Okay, there is a link for the website which we can't. Anyway, so I can't open the link. So Patrick might benefit from reading this assessment of Putin's intentions by Institute of the Study of War. Well, first of all, I want to see how credible this institute to begin with, but the link is above. My question is, how easy to travel between cities, say Kiev to Odessa at present? Pretty easy for, you need the same thing. You need to show either PCR or antigen test or vaccination card. So as long as you can show that you're COVID negative, you're all good. Everything else is the same. Trains, planes, and automobiles are still going. But again, as far as this relationship between, Russia, Ukraine, and all this, oh God.
Well, I assume it's going to be questions like that all the time till something happens. But guys, we really don't know. We're not on the phone with Putin every day, and he's not going to let us know.
It's not like how my morning starts.
I searched through like a news in Russia, but of course, there's not going to be nothing there either. And I even saw the interview with press, how is it called? Peskov, who is the press
secretary.
Press secretary, and he said, I have no idea what you're talking about. He always says.
Jeez, now I sound like Peskov one guy. Just
Yeah.
I sound like Putin's press secretary, but
Yeah. So.
I'm not a big fan of Putin, but yeah. So if I start sound like his press secretary, just
So of course we don't know how we can know. No, it's not in Russian news, and they're not going to let us know also. So. Michael, what should I do if I do not care to go to Odessa? I would also like to stay additional days in Kyiv.
Yeah, it's a piece of cake. You can stay in Kyiv. It's going to be the same price. So it's so you're going to be missing out on socials, but nobody's going to drag you to Odessa if you don't want to. So just let us know in advance. Don't do it when you're in Ukraine. So just notify Michelle, as soon as possible that you just stay in Kyiv the whole time, and she will book your hotel accordingly. And you're going to be working with Kyiv staff when the rest of the group is gone and moved on to Odessa.
Steve, where's Steve? Steve,
From Steve, what did you ladies expect before moving here? Well, Dina, what did you expect?
Really, I'll find a good man and raise a family with. That's the only expectation. What else we can expect if we really don't know what to expect? Only we hoping for good, and find a good man, and everything will be good. Gonna have family, kids, and everything will be good.
Yeah, it's hard to have expectations in general because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So imagine you traveling to Ukraine for the first time. You don't know the country, so it's hard to know what to expect if you haven't been there. So same thing for ladies, their opinion based on Hollywood movies, books, and general pop culture. So it's and I talk to a lot of them, and they say the same thing. Well, I need to get there and see, look around and figure out, how it's gonna be, what I'm gonna do, because all the guys asking, what are you gonna be? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Do you want to work? Do you want to do this? Well, what do you want to do? I'm like, well, let me gather. Let's see, deal with the language barrier. Let's see what's available in your area specifically, and go from there. So it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. EC, are the ladies in Ukraine excited about us guys attending the social in Kyiv and Odessa? Do you expect a big turnout of ladies and lots of ladies ready for individual dates too? What do you expect weather-wise in Odessa on the tour?
Well, as far as big turnout for the social, should be pretty average, I think, because we're not going to have a big tour. We always have a smaller tour if we're talking about January. So it's always it's on on a quiet side. So it's sold out pretty much, but still we're not gonna have too many ladies because there is still pandemic going on. I don't know. We'll probably try to have about 200, 250 ladies. That's what we're gonna be shooting for at each social. But we'll see how many showed up. Last time we were shooting for 150 and 300 showed up. So God only knows. As far as weather-wise, well, it's gonna be pretty cool to, what can I say? Probably about I can't predict the weather for February, but hypothetically, probably about 30 degrees Fahrenheit plus minus. Mark, Hannah, did you wear 9-inch high heels while in Ukraine? Not on the last trip. I was freezing to death, and the last thing I cared about
in the
heels.
summer.
In a more normal environment, coming from Arizona, and I'm not struggling to survive, then I do wear it for sure.
BD, if we don't speak Ukrainian, should we still learn it or Russian? Definitely Russian.
Yeah, Russian will be more common. For Mark, Anna, would a woman have an issue dating someone who works for FedEx? I don't think so. What's wrong with FedEx?
Something wrong with McDonald's, you said, so... Guys worried maybe something wrong with FedEx too.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think
no, FedEx is fine, you're good. Yeah. So Michael, how does the dating process in Kyiv work? I would like to make a couple of dates before I travel. Do we meet at the hotel or an office?
So starting the tour date, your introductions are included. If you want to have the dates before the tour starts, it's $95 a piece, so you would need to prepay that in advance so this way staff can schedule it. So, but my recommendation is just wait till the tour starts and schedule it then.
We need so much to learn. I need to bribe Anna and Dina with lifetime boxes of chocolate to learn more on dating do's and don'ts of Ukrainian
Yeah, if you're
dating.
bribing us, the office address on the bottom of the website. So we do accept bribes and
But
Christmas
maybe
gifts
not
and New
chocolates,
Year's
maybe
and
like
Hanukkah, so-
wines or something.
Whatever, the address is on the website. From Adam, I'm about Joe's age, 2 liter Joe. I don't remember how old is Joe. And looking at ladies in their 30s.
I don't know. He always like
Joe never
trying
can
to
tell
be
his
young,
age.
you know.
So, I prefer 30 years age difference. You always say the younger ladies like to party, but I think that's positive attribute. It's not a negative. Why criticize us old guys? I would like a trophy fiance and wife to take around town, spoil her with gifts. Younger ladies adapt to change easier. Remember, relationship takes 2 people. Well, I mean, if you have energy and desire to go for it, you go for it and experience that, and again, see if it's something you enjoy.
Simon, hello, I'm from Italy. I will travel to Ukraine tomorrow, 5 days in Kharkiv and 10 days in Kiev. There are some events in this period.
So no, there is no event schedule until the end of January, early February. If you do want to schedule introductions, you probably want to schedule it like right now, because all that stuff needed to schedule before you travel. So because imagine by the time you get to Kharkov or Kiev, by the time you reach out to us, we process, payment and all the paperwork we need to process. By the time local staff reach out to women, it's going to be like end of your trip. So that stuff is better be scheduled in advance. So guys, in the future, if you travel to Ukraine or whatever your destination is, please give us 1 or 2 weeks prior to your, travel date. Please reach out to us in advance, not when you're already at your destination point. We can try to help on a short notice, but just remind you it's Christmas this week, so you know what? We're not going to be in the office. So it's going to be a little challenging. So, yeah. From Biddy. How many kids do the girls joining the site have? You want information on all 75,000 women? I heard they have a lot of single mothers there. Yes, there are definitely a lot of single mothers. That's for sure. You can use a search engine. So there is an advanced search engine on the website, on the left side of the website. So you can enter your requirements. If you're looking for a woman with no children, you can just check mark that box and see what results you get. Or vice versa, if you're looking for a woman with a child, check mark the different box. As far as how many of them? Well, again, a lot. I don't know the exact stats. I didn't really look at it. What do you think?
No, I think usually in Ukraine and Russia, girls starting having children earlier, but it wasn't my when I was there. So now I heard girls like thinking about that and push it like in a later age. But by the 30 years old, at least she will have one child. So, but it's not for sure. So maybe now everything changed. So. And not necessary. So yes, of course, you have to use search engine and see wherever you want, with kids or no kids. So
yeah, maybe we're not even talking about Ukraine here specifically.
Yeah,
Latin
so
America or Philippines.
and
or
no
China.
country's different for sure. So
just search engine the way to go. That's the only way when you're gonna get a definite answer to that.
Okay.
Dina, red or white wine? Red.
Red,
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir, yeah.
Send the case.
In the case, yeah.
Hey, we're Russians. We take large bribes,
That's,
okay?
we have some stress here, so
Yes. When we have to answer questions about Russians on the border.
yeah.
I feel like opening one. From Ransom, I have a business associate who's 63 and he's engaged to a girl in Mexico who's 29. Well, I didn't say it's impossible. I'm saying, everything can happen in life, but, people can, first of all, yes, technically can engage. There's no guarantee you get married. There is no guarantee you will stay married, because even if you look at, actually I've read the stats there, when on couples that get married with the large age gap like this, only 5% of those marriages has a chance of surviving after whatever number of years. So, you could be lucky 5%.
Yeah, you cannot judge on somebody. You have to do it yourself. You have to try it yourself. Not necessarily going to get married, but at least go there and try to date, try to hang out with a girl who is like 30, 40 years younger than you, and see if you like it, and see some girls really mature and they're very mature at their 30s, but I don't believe that girls mature in their 20, like 23, 24. They still want to party, they still want to experience some stuff, and but it depends on so many factors: how you feel, how you look, what you want to do with your life. You want to travel, have parties, yeah, go with that. But if you want to raise a family, kids, I don't think a girl is ready till she's in her at least 25, 30, Mm-hmm. I never met those girls who's ready at 20 years old to get married to 60 years old guy. I mean,
yeah, again, things happen in life. So let's say, I hate to generalize, but there are so many factors going. As Dina said, it will depend how you look, your health situation,
Mm-hmm.
how active you are, your attitude, your good or not good sense of humor. There's so many things about it. So again, you can.
Yeah, it's so many things. It's only you can say if it will work or not. We just give you some advices based on our experience. We don't want to waste nobody's time. So, and just go for it. Try for yourself. See if it's right. Even if not, try again with older ladies, like maybe 5-year-old older, and then 5 more. It's really up to you. We just give some advice, but we don't want to tell you what to do for sure.
I'm watching the video in the background. It's just apparently September social. We're still using the same venue for the September.
We don't have any socials, really.
Well, actually, speaking of which, I don't know what we're doing for this for the next year. It's in a month.
Charlie, hi Anna and Dina, how are you doing? I have a question. Does it matter if I get the booster shot to go to the Ukraine?
Oh no, it's not required.
I don't think they even have ideas that the booster shots even exist.
Yeah, so it's not required. You can, or it's your personal choice. You see, you frequently say that Ukrainian ladies learn about the US from movies. Which movies? I hope not The Godfather or the other mad slasher movies. Do they know most movies are fiction and we're not all multimillionaires? Older Ukrainian movies we can watch to learn Ukrainian culture. Well, yes, people can have their own perception. Sometimes, that happens in many cases. What they watch? Well, the average Hollywood movies.
Families movies mostly. Whatever they show us when we're kids, like a Beethoven. There's a nice, great movies like about family and raising kids. Those kind of movies, like A Family Man, those excited, nice movies. Not now. Oh my gosh!
Oh, come on, you're saying people don't go to movie theaters? I don't know. I was, I was just.
No, I'm talking about my experience. I would hate to learn about American life now. What they show now,
so
such a depressive. Is it more Italian? Like for me, like I've watched it, but no, I didn't like. I didn't like it. So yeah.
Can you recommend any Ukrainian or Russian movies for guys to
learn about Ukrainian or Russian life? How you call it? Classic movies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I won't recommend any movies. So
it's a little god-awful.
Don't watch it. Yeah. Don't watch it.
Yeah, well, because watching some old Soviet movies, it will be hard for Americans to get because
guys,
now to do some explanation.
Now girls watching Netflix just like you, so you can watch same movies together. So and there's no like before, like in Soviet Union, we only watch what they show us, and they show us only excited movies. No depressive. Thank God for that, because it just. Now movies movies not even ending good anymore. So it's just like or the ending like I have to figure it out myself, how is it what is that?
Not bad. It's food for thought. Yeah. From Voss, how do we get the address to Ukraine office? Well, you don't. You do at some point once you schedule services. That's the whole point why we don't like to give local offices address until take care of the paperwork, do everything we need to do here in Phoenix office. Once you take care of the stuff with us, then local office starts, working with you directly. So contact Phoenix office before you do anything.
Ryan, single moms need loving too. Absolutely.
Oh,
And that's another reason why single moms here on our side, because it's really hard to find a man there, even if you don't have a kid, if you're not a mom, you're a pretty girl, and it's really difficult. But when you're single mom, it's even chances going down. So because those guys, they don't want any girls with, somebody's kids already.
From Mark, I guess I should wait until after Christmas to put in my open reservation. Well, depending for what tour, if it's Kiev, end of January, I don't know if it's sold out yet or not. I mean, if it's not, there is like one spot open, so I don't know. You might want to do, sign up for that now. If we're talking about any other tour, then yeah, everything except Mexico is wide open. From Chuck, who's going to be the leader of the January 22 Ukraine tour? Will it be John or Joe? Well, it's going to be either John or me.
No.
So, I don't know, if I recover from jet lag, most likely it's going to be me.
Michael, wow, $95 just to make a date. So if I want until the tour, there is no charge. Where would we meet and what support is provided? Just trying to fully understand the process.
Well, emotional support is provided for sure, but besides that. So the office will schedule a date, and it's probably going to be held at like nearby a restaurant or cafe. Girls don't like to come to the office because, just it's a waste of time in many cases. Plus, they want to meet, right at the location. Rather than go to office, then walk to some restaurants. They want to just meet right at the spot. So staff can recommend, if you have preferences on the restaurant, you can tell staff. If you don't, they will just go with what ladies want. As long as it's some reasonable place, of course. If she'll request something ridiculous, they will tell you, give you heads up, like, hey, are you okay with this expensive restaurant? And then, if you still are, they proceed with that. So then you'll just meet the lady at the restaurant, and most likely you're going to use interpreters. So interpreter will bring Imbra form on a date, so you guys can take care of the paperwork right there and proceed with your date and all that type of stuff.
BD, why do you think so many Ukrainian ladies are dating outside of their country? This is the most popular question, probably.
After Russians on the border.
Yeah. So because it's not enough. More girls and guys in their country. In Ukraine, of course. And then quality of men is really low. So a lot of military actions going on in the country. And another thing, guys, not enough mature there to get married. Most of the guys being raised by grandma and mom, without dad in the picture. So can you imagine what it's going to be? So yeah, all of those stuff, and girls want to have family, they want to get married, they want stability, responsible men, and they cannot find it in their country. And why not? Who said that you have to date in your country? Why not? Especially now when all those you can meet over internet, so many gadgets, in translator you can, if you don't speak language, so why not?
From Adam, I have several ladies from Kryvyi Rog that are on my hot list. Will they travel and show up in upcoming tour cities, Kyiv and Odessa, since it's so close to both cities? May I just say, Kryvyi Rog is not anywhere near Kyiv or Odessa. It's lovely. 12 hours train ride each way. It is not close, so no, they're not going to be showing up at the socials. There is possibilities they might come for an individual date, but you'll have to pay for all their travel expenses, their trains, their airplanes, their hotels, and also please understand that you'll have to invest your time in it, which is the most valuable thing. So instead of dating people in Kyiv or Odessa or wherever you're at, you'll have to invest a couple of days at least in dating each of those girls. And what if you don't like each other? So you just wasted 2 days on one girl instead of having 5 or 6 dates with somebody local. But if it's something you want to do, it can be we can set it up, so that's not a problem. But just think about it whether you really want to go that route. Or another thing, you can just travel to Kryvyi Rog yourself before or after the tour just make a trip on your own. If there are several women you're riding to, it probably will be, you know, cheaper and easier for you. So you can do the tour, see if it clicks with someone in, you know, either Oki or Odessa, and if you're still not like engaged in a relationship towards the end of it, then make your side trip to Kriva Rog.
Hunter Blue, a lot of older women are still very beautiful and even look 10 years younger than they really are. That's true. In Ukraine, they have a very good genetics. They're taking care of themselves. They're watching what they eat. They always go to gym. And yes, and even you think maybe she's 20 years old, she's probably really 30, in her 30s. So they have a very good genetic.
From Dave, different strokes for different folks, but I can understand why anyone wants a large age difference. My ex was, I guess she still is, 14 years younger. We're definitely not in the phase of life. Yeah. I mean, 14 is actually not a huge age difference, so I could, you know, I wouldn't see the age gap problems, but could be different personalities. But yeah, I mean, again, just bigger age gap and more challenges will come along with that. So if you're willing to struggle through all this, you know, be my
Some guys
guest.
just like challenges, I guess, and like, you know, to prove something. But yeah, maybe it's just saying it, but really, if you meet somebody who have chemistry with, does it really matter what how many age difference there? So.
100 Blue, I am 59, and one lady I went on a date with looked like she was in her 30s. I had to ask her age, and she was actually 49. Exactly proved the point.
Yes,
That's really good.
yes. And when I was in Russia, in Ukraine, everywhere I look, there are many beautiful women. It feels like there is a modeling convention going on. It's true, guys. So go
And
experience yourself
The
that.
beauty industry is a huge thing in Ukraine. Women invest tons of money into, you know, all the procedures to stay young and beautiful, gym memberships, and everything. They really take care of their appearance.
Because big competition, guys, there. So if you're near younger age, it's easier. When you're getting older, it's even harder to find a man there. So big competition. They're trying to stay young, beautiful, just to find somebody.
For Mark, what is the paperwork involved for the tours? For the tours, once you sign up for the tour, Michelle, our group tour coordinator, will email you all the forms you need to sign. There are going to be 4 different forms, and also Imbra forms. So there are going to be a few forms to complete, and don't worry, we're going to send it to you.
It's not so hard.
Yeah, it's not so hard, you can get it done. And most of it is like electronic signature, so it's e-sign, so it's not going to take more than probably 20-30 minutes of your time. Not the end of the world, but, still need to get stuff ready. So sooner you sign up, better it is. Right, any more questions we have coming there? Something's coming. So anything else we can add about Christmas while waiting for the
So
questions?
guys, are you ready for Christmas? It's here again. So yes, all the holidays coming on us. So I don't know, are you going to celebrate this year? I know it was past of 2 years was very difficult, so it was not really Christmas mood.
Even this year, so I talked to everybody like, we're not in a Christmas mood.
Somebody asked me, when is Christmas? Like Saturday? Oh my God.
It's Saturday? Okay.
See, here we go.
Oh, we celebrate it here in the office tomorrow.
Well,
so
I think
guess
somebody in a Christmas mood, because Anna tried to find hats today for our webcast show, but
Well,
was
guess what?
none.
I went to 2 different stores and
None.
didn't find the... Okay, here's some questions.
So somebody in a Christmas mood to buy all the hats.
Not really. I don't even have a Christmas tree this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Rich, how much do you guys spend dating in Kyiv versus smaller towns?
Well, Kyiv is the most popular destination. Everybody go there simply, first of all, because of logistics. It's so easy to fly there, get around. It's very tourist friendly, so guys are very comfortable there. Small towns, a little bit pain in the neck to travel to. There's not always flights available, so you have to take a train or cabs. It's a little bit more expensive. So, and especially for guys that if it's their first time in Ukraine, they're not willing to quite do that. They just want to stick in comfortable and convenient Kyiv. It's hard for me to say the percentage of how many guys stay in Kyiv and how many keep going further. So that I don't really know. But yeah, Kiev is the most popular destination for sure.
John, what should be the max age of the girl if I want to have a child? She has to be under 40 years old. If she's 40 plus, she's probably not going to try to have a child. If she doesn't have any, she might, but it's really a small chance. So 35 and under, but now with all the technology and all those, good stuff, so 38, 39.
From Gopher, what's the age range at your socials? Is it mostly 20s? No, it's not. There is a lot of the ladies in their 30s, actually.
Telling guys, they're very good brunettes.
Yeah.
They're looking good. They take care of themselves. You think she's 20? She's probably in her 40s. Very, it could be.
From Chuck, is there an alternative to fiancé visa if we do meet someone in Ukraine? How about student visa for her to study English at school in San Diego? I'm not saying it's impossible, it's doable, but it's also pain in the neck. You would need to qualify, you would need to pay for her education. It's not going to be community college class, you would need to pay for something normal. So it's going to be fairly expensive, and just her education level has to be at a certain level. So just there are some complications. You can go and do it, but if you bring in a woman, intentionally bringing a woman here on the wrong type of visa with intent of marrying her, that's immigration fraud. You might get in a lot of trouble for that. So you can work around it, but you also might want to hire an immigration attorney, if you guys decide to proceed with the marriage, to get the paperwork done right.
Green Day, when is the deadline for sending gifts prior to New Year's Day? How about deadline for January 7th? I think it's no deadline. They have 10 days of holidays, so if you're sending somewhere between now and January 13th, they'll be still good, because so many holidays. This Christmas, New Year, 7th of January, and they have old style New Year on January 13th. So plenty of time between now and January 13th. It'll be still good.
From John, does FA validate the IMBR form? So whatever you put in your background form, we're gonna print out and give a woman to sign, so she will read whatever you complete. If there is a mistake there, or you intentionally put the wrong information, and you guys start getting engaged, file for fiancé visa, it will come up, during the process, and you're not gonna get, your visa will be declined. So it's very important to put the correct information on your IMBR form, because U.S. government will find out. So just.
And Robert, Merry Christmas, Anna and Dina.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you too.
What else we're missing here? Are we missing anything? Well, I guess. Anything else?
Do you have any more questions? I don't think so.
All right. Well, okay.
Well, guys.
What else we haven't covered? I guess we're good for tonight, since looks like we're out of questions. So, well, we will see you in a week before New Year's. So, if you have any questions in the meantime, you can always shoot us an email. They're gonna be delayed reply because of holidays, obviously. So.
For you guys who is, trying to get on a tour, do we have any spots available, or it's all sold out?
Since I've been gone, I haven't really checked. I think Michelle said something that there's one spot left on the Kiev tour, but I'm not positive.
So looks like it's going to happen. So guys, hurry up and jump on this tour.
About November.
Try,
so.
yeah. But yes, if you wish you luck, and get ready, dress warm, because it's going to be really cold there in January, February. So I think we have more from Gopher. I asked that as I am 59 and looking for a lady 40 plus.
Beautiful.
This is perfect. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. All right, guys. Yeah, again, looks like we're done with questions for tonight. So we're looking forward to seeing you on the next Monday night. Thank you for watching.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Good night. See you next Monday.
for good.
Three games, okay? The first